The Bruins have been in the twilight zone a little bit this year.
That's seamless.
Certainly what it seemed like. But they've had back-to-back shutout wins. And so, therefore, it's like maybe they've turned this thing around. Well, they've played two teams that are not going to make the postseason. Two pretty bad teams in Philadelphia and Seattle. The last two games, they faced Toronto tonight on the road, who has a similar record, 6-5-1, and the Bruins have already beaten them this year. But the drama came Sunday afternoon, third period. We talked about it yesterday. Jim Montgomery benches David Pastrnak for the third period. And we showed you the replay of it yesterday, the giveaway that he has on the power play that he's just dogging it. It leads to a 2-on-1 for Seattle, shorthanded. He gets a bad change in there. It was just not a good effort. And Montgomery says, coach's decision. And Felger talks about this on his show yesterday, about this is a deeper lying issue for Pastrnak. Here is what Felger had to say about it.
And so at least Montgomery's going after the head of the snake. The big fish is good for him. Absolutely. All right, so I'm into that. I'm also into finally someone holding Pastrnak accountable. And I blame you, the fans, as much as anything, because you all let Pastrnak get away with the way he plays as much as anyone. Because as soon as he scores, it's the pasta memes, and you're just so horned up for the goal score and the pasta and all this crap that you let him get away with. Just incredibly lazy, selfish play. And I feel like I just scream into the wind. I feel like I'm the only guy that just goes after him. But that turnover that you're mentioning at the end of the second period happens all the time, constantly. And it really shows up on those power plays where he's entering the zone. I say it all the time. I'm watching the game, and here comes Pastrnak entering the zone on the power play, and I say out loud, this is going the other way, and it goes the other way like every time. I don't know how the NHL computes giveaways, but when I watch the games, I'm like, this guy's got to have like 8 or 9 giveaways in this game, and I look at the sheet, and he ends up with 2.
Well, personally, I think this is the fans' fault. The fans should have benched Pastrnak weeks ago. I can't believe the fans let him get away with this bullshit. Like, fans, it's time to hold him accountable. It's time to bench him and yell at him. Fans. Felger will find anything to just call the fans stupid. I think it's the fans' fault.
You know what I took away from that clip?
Yeah.
I need a haircut because it said Supercuts behind his head the whole time.
See, it works.
Yeah. Advertising works, kids.
And you want to look like Mike Felger, who doesn't. Who doesn't? And like, it's just like, what do you expect? Oh, fans like him because he scores goals. Yes, that is why. Like, to be honest with you, Mike, most of the fans watching don't see that he gives away the puck a lot because they see that he scores goals. He scored 60 goals 2 years ago. Like, yeah, that's what the fans look at. So they're not supposed to celebrate when he scores goals, though. That's not
shame on those fans.
That's not what's supposed to happen. Now, where Felger is right is the big takeaway here, pun intended, is that Pastrnak gives the puck away a lot. He turns the puck over a lot. And I'll agree with him in that I don't know exactly how they quantify this because it doesn't seem like an exact science. In fact, David Pastrnak led the league in giveaways in 23-24. Okay? So he can be careless with the puck. And we've seen that this season. He's been a guy who's been in the twilight zone this season, just lounging around. But where I'll also say is that kind of comes with the territory. When you've got a guy capable of scoring 50, 60 goals a year, these happen. They give the puck away a lot. It's like, find me a guy who hits 40 homers who doesn't strike out a lot. That's what this is. You take the good with the bad. In fact, looking at it from StatMuse, David Pastrnak led the league in giveaways. The guys behind him, Nikita Kucherov, Leon Draisaitl, Matthew Barzal, Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Philip Forsberg. These are the best goal scorers in the NHL. You know, are they really bitching in Edmonton about how much he gives away? Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl give the puck away? No. And I'm not saying we shouldn't criticize Pastrnak here. I said it yesterday. It was a bad giveaway, and he dogged it. He didn't give good enough effort. To me, that's the problem. He didn't give good enough effort after that, and it leads to a 2-on-1. It's a lazy play and a lazy effort and a lazy change to get off the ice, and it screws the whole rest of his team. But to just say, oh, he gives the puck away too much, it's like, but that's what these guys do. Okay, he gave it away 98 times last year. He also scored 47 goals and 110 points. It was a plus 21. Like Nikita Kucherov won the scoring title last year with 144 points. He gave it away only 2 less times. It was a plus 8. McDavid, you think he's a pretty good player? He had 132 points and gave it away 84 times. So it's just, you get the good with the bad here. But what Pastrnak needs to do is give some more damn effort. That's why you have an A on your uniform. Or does that need to get taken away too? But I said it before. I'll say it again. I said it with the Marchand thing. I'll say it with the Pastrnak thing. These guys should not be getting special treatment. And the problem with the other guy, Cassidy, was that he was too hard on the young players. DeBrusk and Carlo and Swayman, and he was so mean to those guys. And now the problem with Montgomery is apparently that he's too hard on the vets. Maybe the vets need to be harder on everybody else, including themselves. Because this is not a team that is showing their leadership on the ice. I'll say that. And I thought they didn't do that at times last year either. But it is time to hold these guys accountable, and it needs to be better than what it's been so far. But to just circle the giveaways and say, yeah, well, he gives the puck away more than anybody else. It's like, yeah, but Cole Koepke is not in the top 10. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know, Frank Vetrano is up there. These are the best players in the NHL that are giving the puck away a lot. Because you take the good with the bad. One of the guys in the top 10 is a defenseman. So at least, or 2 of them are defensemen. So at least they're not that. But yeah, Pastrnak, it's time to get your shit together because it's not been a great start to the season. He's got like 6 goals, which is fine. I mean, it's a 40-goal pace, but it's been all this other stuff. It's not just the giveaways. It's the effort. It's the back checking. It's the moving to space on the power play. It's not been good enough all the way around. And so if he's going to be your only offensive threat, he's got to put more effort in than that.
We are Rogue Media Sports.